Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I do apologize for the lighting. It is 9 o'clock at night. Today has been pretty long. I went shopping for baby and for the gender reveal party that I'm having next month. Then I came home and looked through everything that I got and had some dinner and just relaxed for a little bit, and now I'm going to make this video really quickly. This is going to be a very quick run through of my first trimester and then what happened at my second appointment. So I do want to add a little disclaimer in here. I am 12 weeks, 6 days today, and tomorrow I will be 13 weeks. I realized after the fact that most apps, most doctors, most websites say that your first trimester ends at 13 weeks and 6 days and 14 weeks starts the beginning of your second trimester. I completely read it wrong. That told me that your second trimester starts at 13 weeks, but I have already written all of my blogs. I have already written down everything in my notebooks. I already wanted to start this video and have all of my bump date pictures ready to go, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I just wanted to let you guys know in advance so no one's like commenting, you know, you're technically not out of your first trimester. I know. But I also do think I am further along than what my doctor says. I've had a gut feeling since the beginning that other than what my due date is, although we all know that the due date can vary. This kid is going to come when it wants to come. That is not my option. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into my first trimester recap. Really quick, I looked at my app and my first trimester started on February 6th. According to my due date, and ends on April 23rd, which is today. But if you want to be technical, it would be April 30th, which would be the end of my 13th week next Saturday. So at the very beginning of my pregnancy, I had the normal pregnancy that you get like when you're like, oh, maybe I should take a pregnancy test. Your missed period, obviously, implantation bleeding, very light cramping. I had really sore boobs. My boobs were sore to the touch for weeks. It was insane. My boobs kind of settled down and my nipples started to get really sensitive, and then I started to get large areolas. So that was definitely a big pregnancy symptom and something that I experienced in my first trimester. Nausea, exhaustion, and constipation has been the three constants. They have followed me throughout my entire first trimester, pretty much from the beginning until now. I've always had an issue with gastrointestinal problems, have sluggish bowel syndrome. I've always had it ever since I was a child, so the constipation is probably going to follow me all the way. Well, I'm going to have it for the rest of my life, but as far as a pregnancy symptom, probably until I give birth. Nausea, on the other hand, I'm hoping will subside really soon because I am almost out of my first trimester, pretty much out of my first trimester. And usually second trimester is that everyone says you feel pretty much normal again up until you start getting really fat in your third trimester. I started feeling pretty nauseous around 6 weeks according to my doctor's timeline, and to mine it was about 7.5. It always started in the morning, like from the time I woke up until I ate lunch. Nothing would fix it. Like, it was just not constant nausea. I never threw up. I did not throw up once. I still have not to this day, but the nausea was always there. It was just constant, just in my throat. Like, I could feel it right there. And honestly, nausea is the one thing that I've never been able to handle even as a child, and I'm so grateful that I have gotten through the bulk of it because, man, it sucked. Now my nausea is more drawn towards smells or like foods that I don't want. So since the smell has been extremely strong, that is another pregnancy symptom that I've experienced. So for example, when I opened my dishwasher the other week, there was already dirty dishes in it and I didn't realize, and I smelled, and I had to run to the other room and just put my head between my knees because I was gonna puke because it was that bad. The trash can, if I open my fridge or my pantry and I can smell something that I really don't want, it makes me instantly nauseous. About a food or someone talking about a food that I don't want makes me instantly nauseous. But there isn't a constant nausea when I wake up or certain times a day. It's just depends on, it's situational now, which is great. I prefer it more than the other one for sure. Exhaustion, really early in pregnancy, like 4 or 5 weeks, I was tired all the time. I used to go for runs. I would clean my house pretty much every single day, do some sort of chore, and I found myself coming home from work and having to lay down because I just couldn't do it. And to this day, I'm still pretty tired. It wasn't like it was 2 weeks ago. If I overdo it, I feel sick. That's how it was. Now it's more like I'm tired. I know my body. I need to take a break. I can definitely tell that I'm moving further along in my pregnancy because of that sign. I'm not as tired as I used to be, but it's still to the point where it's like I don't really feel like doing much. Hopefully that will get better coming weeks. Thing is cravings. I haven't had too many cravings, I guess you could say, and not really any weird cravings like pickles and peanut butter, like nothing like that. I will crave maybe something specific and eat it like 3 times, then I'm completely over it and I don't want it, like get it out my face because I'm gonna puke pretty much. So my cravings come and go, they change constantly, and then lately I haven't had much of an appetite for anything. Like if someone asks me what I want for dinner, I honestly really don't know because I don't have an appetite for anything. I could be really hungry and I don't know what I want to eat. Part has really sucked because I know that I need to eat. That was also a cause of my nausea, is if I wait too long to eat, I get really nauseous and my stomach hurts. And it's really hard to make that feeling away and subside it when you don't know what you want. So that has been a symptom. Gagging has been another one. I never used to gag. I don't like reflex. And since I've been pregnant, I kind of have. It's been really hard to take my prenatals, the pills, because I know I don't want it. If I'm trying to eat a food that I know I don't want, it makes me nauseous and I want to kind of gag on it. I struggle especially taking my prenatal pill because I know my body needs it. I know my baby needs it. But my body's rejecting it because I just don't want it. Same with trying to take medication as far as Miralax and stuff like that. That's supposed to help with my constipation. It's hard for me to get that medication down because I want it. Acne is another one. I have never, ever, ever had bad acne before in my life. I've always had pretty dry skin, therefore resulting in not having a lot of acne. Pregnant, I have noticed that I've gotten backne, like right here on my shoulders and stuff, and it is gross. I don't get like patches, like breakouts all over my face. I'll get like 1 or 2 there. Like I have some on my chin. Sorry, the lighting's horrible, but I have some like right here. And then one that I felt the other day that's right here. And then I have little bumps all over my forehead. So that's something that has been an adjustment for me. I have breasts and in between them. I even found one on my stomach. So that's been another pregnancy symptom that's been there for a while. My doctor prescribed me progesterone suppositories from my first appointment. So 7 weeks, 3 days, according to her, until 11 weeks, 3 days. 4 weeks, I took progesterone suppositories once a day because high risk pregnancy, because I have a history of miscarriages. I had 2 miscarriages back to back in 2021. So she gave me that to help my pregnancy progress and keep it healthy in my first trimester, which I am so grateful for because it made me feel like I was doing something to help my body and to help my baby stay healthy and to progress in the pregnancy where in the past I didn't. So that is everything. Recap of symptoms that I had in my first trimester, a couple little stories in there that happened to me. If you want full details about everything that happened like week by week, just click the link in the description of this video as well. I have my website listed, Shades of Shay. It's my blog, and I have a lot of pregnancy related content coming your way, and first trimester recap is there, so with all the details. So before we get into appointment that I had this past week, April 19th, I'm going to talk about a couple of the things that I have loved during my first trimester that really helped me. And the main thing is this Preggy Pops, which they are miracle workers. I don't know if some of you know that they exist. I know that half of my family had no idea they were a thing. My mother-in-law ordered them off of Amazon for me. And when I was nauseous, I would just suck on one of these and it would instantly take it away from the time I put it in my mouth until it was gone. And I could even just open this container and smell it and it would instantly soothe my stomach. So I'm highly grateful for these and highly recommend getting them. Another one is my pregnancy pillow, which I will link in my description. I did not bring it downstairs because it is massive, but it's a full body pillow, cover on it, which you can take off and is machine washable. And I got it off of Amazon.com and I think it was like 30 bucks. So it's pretty price point with really good quality and I absolutely love it. I actually bought it when I found out I was pregnant for the second time. Obviously that didn't work out, and I just pulled it back out when I found out I was pregnant again. The other two things I'm going to share, which I said I was struggling taking, these are my prenatals. So I got the Nature Made prenatal with 200 milligrams of DHA. It's one a day. That's one thing that I wanted to make sure I got when I was researching the best prenatals, because like I said, with the gagging and pregnancy, and I didn't want to have to be accountable and make sure to take more than one a day or take a handful of them at one time, because I knew my body wasn't going to be able to handle it. So I made sure to get one. I was taking Vitafol, that prenatal, but you had to have a prescription for it from your OBGYN, but it is also $60 a month with insurance and a coupon that I had, and I just didn't think it was worth taking or like purchasing it over and over again for the next 9 months, because that is a steep price. So I just decided to go for a cheaper version that has pretty much the same ingredients. They just have a couple like milligrams short of certain things. And then this is a prenatal that my doctor suggested to me. They're gummies. She only suggested these because of my constipation, which is something that I'm going to talk about when I get into my second appointment. But I did pick these up at Kroger. They were pretty cheap, and you just take 2 of them, and they're raspberry lemon flavored, so they're actually pretty good. So I've been taking those. Now on to my second appointment. I got in pretty quick. My appointment was like 15 minutes. It was the shortest appointment ever. I'm going to go ahead and insert a couple clips that I took that day, and then I'll come back and talk about it. We did a Doppler, so I got to hear my baby's heartbeat for the very first time, and I also went in, and I also got blood work done for the NIT genetic test.
I was trying to get it both. There you go. Moving a lot.
And I also picked up a thing of these. They're the gummy prenatals from Kroger. OB recommended that I take them for now, like for the time being, instead of my normal prenatals that I have been taking, which are the Nature Made prenatals, because these don't have iron in them, the gummies don't, and that will help with or hopefully help with my constipation, because iron is a factor in why it's making it worse, why it's been so bad. I'll try these for a little bit and see if it helps, then go back to the other ones when I feel comfortable. I haven't picked these up. You guys, I'm sorry, please ignore the sun. I am leaving my doctor's office now and going to work. I just got my blood drawn for baby's genetic testing, and also it's going to tell me the gender of this little one. Not going to find out. I'm going to get them to put it in an envelope. I'm going to come pick it up and then give it to my friend, because we're doing a gender reveal next month. But yesterday the lab technician or the phlebotomist wasn't at the office, so I had to come in this morning before work. Traffic was atrocious, and as soon as I walked in the door, 6 more people walked in behind me, so that was fun. I am running late, but I'm going to get there. So freaking excited. That's one more step done. Cannot believe this is going to tell me the gender of my kid, and also make sure that everything is perfectly fine with them as well. The sound of baby C's heartbeat is the most beautiful and precious sound I have ever heard in my entire life. It is music to my ears. It is a relief to know that we have a heartbeat, because I never had a heartbeat before in any of my pregnancies, and this was the first time I got to hear it. I got to see it at my first appointment on the ultrasound, and this was the first time I actually got to audibly hear my baby's heartbeat. And this kid has a strong and fast heartbeat, and he was moving around so much. My doctor found the heartbeat 3 times and lost it twice, because she was just jumping around and they were moving around. But it ranged from 170 beats per minute to 175 beats per minute, and at my first appointment the heartbeat was 161. So it is crazy. It has gotten faster, it has gotten stronger, and I am so freaking happy, and it's just moving around in there, and that is one thing I'm looking forward to so much, is to be able to feel my baby move. I know that'll give me more peace of mind. Have a couple weeks before that's gonna happen. First thing she did was the Doppler, heard my baby's heartbeat, and then the second thing she did was answer any questions that I had, and they were about the genetic testing that I was getting done, my blood work, because I wanted to make sure I was getting the right information. I knew exactly what was going on, and the blood work that I did get taken actually the following morning, because the phlebotomist unfortunately was out of the office, was the NIPT test. It's a test that you normally get done between 11 and 13 weeks. Get a vial of blood, and it tests for trisomy 21, which is Down syndrome, trisomy 18, which is Edwards syndrome, and trisomy 13, which is Padau syndrome. I think that's how you pronounce it. Don't quote me on it. Yes, I have a ring light right here, and you can see the reflection in my glasses. I'm sorry. And I look ratchet, but it's been a long day. Anyway, so that is the test that I got blood drawn for, and that will also tell me the gender of this little one, if we're having a boy or a girl. Excited. And that is all that I have for you guys. I wanted to add this to my blog page because I know not everyone loves to read, because it is can be a lot for some. So I wanted to just do a synopsis of my first trimester, and also you guys about my second appointment, and also wanted to share those cute little videos, my baby's heartbeat, because I love it, and I want it to be forever solidified in time somewhere. Like, if it gets deleted off my phone, at least I know that it will always be here on the internet, and I know where to find it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Go check out my blog. There's a lot more details, a lot more information listed all there. You can please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.